Yep. That's what happens when you try to multitask while driving. Alright, so we're on our way to meet up with a group to go snow wheeling northeast of Mount Rainier National Park. Snow's new to me, so I'm excited to see how this is gonna go. The group I ended up meeting up with was massive. It was over 20 vehicles probably, and there was all sorts of cars. So there was, you know, full-size SUVs, there's some 4Runners, some other Jeeps, but there was also some Bronco Sports and some Subaru Crosstreks. It was real interesting seeing all of them in the snow and seeing how all the different vehicles kind of, you know, perform, or how they all perform in the snow. The plan was simple: just make it up to Lonesome Lake and have some fun in the snow. Lonesome Lake, or the ride up to Lonesome Lake, was supposed to take about an hour and a half, and for the most part things were pretty smooth sailing. It's starting to get a little bit slushier, but still pretty manageable. My lockers are off and I'm in 4 high at the moment, so everything seems to be going fine. We're about to cross 4,000 feet in elevation though, which is exciting. And from there, let's see how far we actually end up climbing. We stopped a few times here and there to allow others in the group to catch up. Again, we were a massive group of over 20 vehicles, so we had to stop a few times to make sure we remained in radio contact with everyone. I also started to feel a bit more comfortable in the snow at this point, and I even started venturing out into the sides a little bit and making my own ruts and whatnot. And I didn't really have any problems. Everything was going real well up until we almost reached the lake. So about a quarter of a mile left to the lake, this happened. Oh no! There you go, you go! Now the GMC might be stuck. Yeah, totally fine with that. Yeah, so I got tied up back there, which caused the trucks to get tied up, and the 4Runner up top. So kind of cascaded from here, but it's all good. Definitely appreciate the help from everyone out here though. At the end of the day, even though I did get stuck and essentially caused a traffic jam and got completely soaked by the rain and the snow in the process, I ended up having a really good time. With every adventure, I'm going to try to pick up a thing or two. So here are the most important things that I personally picked up. First thing, at the first signs of trouble, radio in. I had a Jeep in front of me when I got stuck, and if I would have radioed in as soon as I had trouble, as opposed to trying to fight my way out of it, it would have made my recovery significantly easier. The second and most important thing that I learned on this trip is, even though you're off-roading and you're going pretty slow, I was going about 4 or 5 miles per hour, don't multitask. If I wasn't multitasking, I probably wouldn't have gotten myself into this situation that caused the traffic jam. I also learned some pretty important lessons when it comes to wheeling with a large group. And while it can be a lot of fun, as you get to see a lot of vehicles and a lot of different capabilities, it also comes with its set of cons. So the first thing I learned is, if you're in a large group, do something easier than you would think is the easiest thing you could do. The reason why is because as soon as something happens, it backs things up, and it takes a while for your convoy to get back up to speed. Secondly, which goes in hand with the first part, is scout out the route you're going to do beforehand. This will ensure that the route is in fact as easy as you think it is. The third and probably most important thing you can do when going out in a large group is to try to keep the group size down. So you could either do this before you even head out on the trail by adding a max capacity to your group invite, or by staggering the size of your group. So what I mean by this is when you guys head out, send out 5-6 vehicles first, wait 15 minutes, then send out the next one, and repeat until you have no more vehicles left. I think this makes it a lot easier to keep up the pace and have each one of those individual groups help one another out with recoveries, but it also allows other individuals on the trail to be able to go around this group and be able to enjoy the trails as well.